What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And today we're going to be talking about the brand new Pirate Rumble Sugo-Fest coming to One Piece Treasure Cruise on July 1st, 1900 PST time, which as of you guys watching this video as it goes live is like 24 hours after. And I mean, look, to be honest, it's a Pirate Rumble Sugo-Fest and it's featuring Dex characters. Now, I gotta admit that Dex probably don't need any support in terms of their, Pirate Rumble capabilities. Dex are already currently, as it stands, one of the best offensive and defensive teams in the game. They've got a lot of good characters, and they really didn't need any additional support. What I really would love to see is Pirate Rumble Sugo-Fest's focus around buffing classes instead of colors. Because colors are already the best team in the game by such a wide margin that class teams need a little bit more support. So I really hope that characters are more focusing on classes moving forward, so we can see a little bit more variety in the Pirate Rumble teams that we can come up against. But let's go ahead and jump into the video. As we said, it's going to be debuting on July 1st. Let's go ahead and break down the steps, and then we'll talk about the new debuting character, which is going to be PELL. So, in this Sugo-Fest, you got the discount multi, 30 gems on the first multi, which is pretty decent. You've got the Rumble ability and special level 3 on the second multi. Do note, though, that this does not guarantee you a Pirate Rumble character. It just means that whatever character you pull, it can be a Rev Recruit or any other legend or anything like that, it just comes at level 3. This does not guarantee a PvP exclusive character, so just in case people would get that kind of twisted. But then you got the third multi, which guarantees you a legend, and it comes at level 5 ability and special ability. So that's actually pretty strong if you do end up pulling a legend. But the thing is the EXP required to get a character to level 5 isn't that much at all. So I don't really know if this makes a difference or not. What I would like to see is, like, if you pull a legend on a Pirate Rumble Sugo-Fest, just make their passive or make their special maxed. Probably their special would be best case scenario, because it's a lot of EXP to get their special from 1 to 10, and I think that would be a huge benefit to a lot of people out there. But then you got the fourth multi, which guarantees you a Pirate Rumble character. So the first Pirate Rumble character is guaranteed on the fourth multi, which is a little harsh. Then you got the fifth one, which is a recommended character. So the recommended list is pretty interesting here. So we've obviously got the new legend, not new legend, but the new PvP rare recruit PELL, who is available. But you've also got access to Borsalino, who is also exclusive to Pirate Rumble Sugo-Fests. You've also got Dogstorm and Cat Viper. Both of them being available on the same banner is actually pretty intriguing. But then you've also got Dalton, who is amazing, and you've got Moria, who is also amazing. So if you don't have a good Dex team in Pirate Rumble, this is actually a pretty good banner to pull on. But if you already have a well-established Dex team, there's literally no reason to be pulling on this banner at all. But past that, though, you've got another Rumble character, or a character with Rumble special and Rumble ability at level 3. You've got one at level 3 again, another PvP character. And you see that it just basically cycles until the 13th step, which gives you another recommended character. Look, as I said, if you have a really good array of Dex characters in Pirate Rumble, you just don't need this guy at all, and, you don't need any of these other additional characters. Even if you have all the good Dex characters, but you don't have Borsalino, even at that point, I probably wouldn't advise pulling here. So this is my current team in Pirate Rumble, and, like, this team is just absurd. Like, this team just never loses to quick enemies, unless if they have some kind of weird concoction where Final Tap Kid's on the team and he can do damage through defense, but Quick don't have characters that do damage through defense, so you're not going to have to really worry about that. But the big hitters, obviously if you have both Cat Viper and Dogstorm, both of them are amazing, and they really help you just destroy quick teams. But then other good characters you can have, the 8th Anniversary Luffy is a very bulky character that can output a pretty serious amount of damage, and his Rumble ability allows you to completely revive one of your characters that dies on your Dex team, which is pretty valuable. So the first time someone dies, you get a free res, which helps your team stay in the fight. You've also got Borsalino. Now, as I said just a little bit before, you don't need Borsalino to make a Dex team really good. I like him personally because he has a really low CT, and when he does launch his special, he does like 1,000 fixed damage, which doesn't really matter too much. damage. But he also provides an attack and a defense boost, so because his CT is so low, when he launches, he's going to buff the rest of your team, and then when they launch their specials, they're going to be doing more damage, and they tank hits a lot better. So I think Borsalino's a nice like support style unit, but he's not going to be your heavy offensive character. And then you've got, speaking of heavy offense, you've got Moria. He is so good. He does defense down and then does damage, but if you're against quick allies, or quick enemies, should I say, he does an additional round of defense. I don't actually remember how much defense he actually does, but I know it's pretty absurd. So he does large range level 3 defense down, and then quick enemies are given an additional level 5 defense down. So yeah, if you're up against quick, they get level 8 defense down, and then he does his damage. He's really good. On a 25 CT, launches multiple times per run. Such a great character. And look, because he is a PvP rare recruit, he has the lowest HP, so if he does get knocked out, well, Luffy's going to revive him. So, you know, this is a really, really solid team. And then on the bench, you can basically put what you want. I've got Dalton, he's a really nice damage dealer. I also have Whitebeard because he's a really nice late game unit to just wave clear and do pretty good damage. He also can special bind powerhouse characters and stuff. He's pretty interesting. And then Sobermask, because if you're running a Dex team, he's a really good character to put on towards the end of the match, just to come in, really good wave clearer, good synergy with the rest of the crew here. So like, you don't need to run these characters in particular. There's other good ones out there, like super type Lucci, who's going to be in the medal exchange. You can also use that in a Dex team for other offensive capabilities if you want. So there's lots to go around here, and I think that the Dex team is one of the best teams in Pirate Rumble right now. So if you already have characters similar to this, you definitely don't need to pull on this Sugo-Fest. But let's actually talk about the brand new Pirate Rumble character, which is going to be Pel, who is a Dex powerhouse slasher. And let's just have a look at his regular abilities. Bad Captain ability, changes his own slot into a bomb slot, and then reduces Dex cooldown by 1, and then boosts the chain multiplier by 1.0 for 1 turn. He makes bomb slots beneficial, okay. It would have been nice if he had the special reverse crewmate effect. That would have been really, really cool. But either way, he does have the damage reduction effect, so you can rainbow him very, very easily. But let's check his Pirate Rumble stuff, because that's what he is most important for. So his Rumble ability, so his passive ability, is going to give your powerhouse allies level 5 attack and level 3 CT speed up. I like that. That's pretty good, but it is a little bit strange that he also has a Dex buffing effect as well, so Dex HP level 5 and defense level 5. If all of this was for Powerhouse, this would be one of the most insane Rumble abilities that we've seen ever, to get attack HP and defense level 5 and a CT increase. It's pretty strong. Obviously, you can use him on a Dex team, you can use him on a Powerhouse team. There is a little bit of usage in both manners, but the fact that his Rumble ability for Dex is so defensively focused, I probably wouldn't use him on an offensive team, though he does give the boost to himself because he is a powerhouse unit. But in a powerhouse focused team, he's going to be a good addition to get some attack and some CT speed increase, and Powerhouse don't have a lot of CT speed increases. I think the only one that really comes to mind is like Legend Cracker, so this is a really nice addition to run alongside that, so I like that. I think that can kind of work. Now, he is a supporter style unit with a 31 CT. That is a little alarming, I must admit. So it targets Powerhouse allies, level 6 attack, and then also targets teammates within a medium range for guard percent up and defense up, level 5. And then he targets one enemy with high attack for 2 times his attacker's damage, up to 4 times. So he basically does 8 times his attack to one enemy. That's interesting. I wonder if there's any overlap. So let's say he does 2 hits and that knocks out one character. Does he then target the last 2 hits on another character, or it just ends the attack? Either way, he's basically going to nuke one character in particular with high attack. I'm really interested to see how this kind of goes, and I mean, he doesn't seem to have a lot of attack right now, but I assume that if you like limit break, cotton candy him, he's going to have pretty decent attack, and the fact that he does launch it 4 times, I don't know, I'm really going to have to see this guy in action to see how good he actually is. Personally, I'm not going to be pulling on this Sugo-Fest anyway, but I know that a lot of people may pull on this Sugo-Fest due to the fact that there's a lot of good Dex characters that are going to be available, and we don't actually know exactly which legends are going to be on the banner at this point in time, but we can assume that there's going to be just a full-on Dex loadout of characters. Probably super type Lucci will be on there, despite the fact that he is going to be in the Sugo medal exchange, so I'm not really too sure. But anyways, that's just the rundown of the Sugo-Fest. I just wanted to give you guys a bit of an informational speech about, you know, how this Sugo-Fest is working and whether the characters are good or not. And basically, it comes down to it is if you already have a really good Dex Rumble team, you can pretty much avoid this banner altogether. If you don't have any Dex characters that are good in Pirate Rumble, this might be a good Sugo-Fest for you. But then again, remember, Film Red is right around the corner, so I would probably advise to wait. Remember, this banner is going to be here for over a month or around a month, so you've got plenty of time to decide whether or not you want to pull here or not. So that's what I would advise, is to conserve Rainbow Gems, and if you really want to go in and get a really good Dex team in Rumble, this is going to be a good Sugo-Fest to do it. But that is going to wrap it up for me. Thank you so much for watching, and if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.